Minash-Shaytanir-Rajim. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 8 and 9th. I welcome you in my lecture number 14 of unit number 3. Dear students, as you know, we are doing book exercises of grammar from unit number 3. And these exercises are related to kinds of verbs. First we did modal auxiliary verb. After this we did a regular and irregular verb. And today is the turn of transitive and intransitive verb exercise. That is on page number 32. So open your books on page number 32 and see this exercise. Exercise D is decide whether the verbs in color are transitive or intransitive. You can see that was crying, that is a verb in this sentence, that is in blue, showed, advised, was raining and laughed. These verbs we have to find them out whether they are transitive or intransitive. Okay, dear students, before doing again that exercise, let me tell you that what are transitive verbs and intransitive verbs, and then we will do inshallah that exercise. Transitive verbs and intransitive verbs, these are the kinds of verbs. Transitive verbs, definition of transitive verb is a transitive verb is one that is applied with an object, okay, and that object will be a noun, a phrase or a pronoun. Now let's see what is an object in a sentence. Okay, there is an example. For example, I love Pakistan. I subject, love verb, Pakistan object. Subject is doer of action, verb is an action word, and object is receiver of an action. And these three are making a complete sentence. And out of these three, these two are important element for the completion of a sentence: subject and verb. Because we can have sometimes object in the sentence and sometimes we don't need object in the sentence. I love, now in this sentence we need an object, because if I say I love, then what do I love? I have to mention there a word as an object. So the sentence where we are required object, that is in this sentence, that verb is called then transitive verb. I love Pakistan, this is subject, this is verb, this is Pakistan. Pakistan is object, and this object is used after the verb because that verb is not giving us complete sense without that object. So that verb is called transitive verb. And object here can be a noun, a phrase, a pronoun. So here object Pakistan is a noun. Second example, he admires your courage. He is subject, admires verb, your courage is an object. Your courage is an object, and that object is group of words, one word and two words. So that is a noun phrase. That is a noun phrase, receiver of an action. Okay, he admires your courage, that is object, and that object is a noun phrase. Okay, next example is they invite me. They subject, invite is verb, me is object. Me is object and that object is a pronoun. So object can be a noun, a phrase or a pronoun. And transitive verbs are those verbs which need object. In these examples, we have written object, object, object. So these verbs like love, admires, invite, they are transitive verbs in these examples. Clear? Okay, now see next important point. An important point is that note, a sentence with transitive verb can be changed into passive voice. I love Pakistan, that is an active sentence. Pakistan is loved by me, that is a passive sentence. Okay, when your verb is transitive and has an object, then that sentence, active sentence, can be converted into passive sentence, right? Second example, he admires your courage, that is active sentence. Your courage is admired by him, that is passive sentence. So admires, this is a verb which is transitive verb, and because of that transitive verb we can change this active sentence from active, we can change this active into passive voice. Third example is they invite me, that is an active sentence. I am invited by them, that is passive sentence. So invite is a verb here which is transitive verb because it is having object. All of these verbs, love, admires and invite, they are having object like Pakistan, your courage and me. And these sentences, active sentences, can be converted into passive voice because of the transitive verb. Clear? Now let's see what is intransitive. Intransitive verb, an intransitive verb does not have an object. And what is the object? Noun, noun phrase or pronoun. Okay, now see the example. The baby was crying. Sentence is complete. The baby was crying. The baby subject, was crying is verb, and after that we are not having any object, but the sentence is completed. So this was crying is intransitive verb. It does not, that sentence does not need an object to be completed. So when your statement, your sentence ends on word without object, that verb is called intransitive verb. It does not need an object. Second example, snow fell yesterday. Snow, subject, fell, verb. Yesterday, and now you will think that yesterday is the word which is coming after the verb, that can be a object. No, that is not an object. Object will be a noun phrase or pronoun, and yesterday is showing time, and this is called adverb of time, that is an adverb. So adverb cannot be called as an object. Your sentence is snow fell. Fell is verb, snow is subject, and yesterday is adverb of time, and adverb of time cannot be called an object because object will be a noun phrase or pronoun. Clear? So that sentence cannot be called a transitive, that is intransitive. This verb is intransitive without object. This verb is intransitive without object. Yesterday is not an object, that is an adverb of time. Okay, next example, we failed. We failed, no object is here, subject, verb, so that verb is intransitive. Next is she is sleeping. She is subject, is sleeping is verb, and that is finished. So no object, that sentence is that verb is intransitive because all these verbs are not having objects and they are giving complete sense without object. So when the verb is not having object in the sentence, we say that these verbs are called intransitive verbs. Clear? Now one note here for that transitive. Sentence with intransitive verbs cannot be changed into passive voice. Sentence with intransitive verbs cannot be changed into passive voice. Like these sentences cannot be changed into passive voice. See examples, further example of that. I go to school, verb, and now you will say that is an object. No. I subject, go is verb, to school is not an object. School is a noun, but it is coming after the preposition, so it is adverb of place, and that is a phrase. Adverb, phrase of place. That is not an object because it is coming after to. Okay, so that is adverb phrase of place, and that go is then intransitive verb, and we cannot make that active sentence into passive voice. I go to school, that go cannot be changed into, that is intransitive, so that sentence cannot be changed into passive voice. She dances well. She is subject, dances verb, well is adverb of manner. Well is not an object because this is not noun, this is not noun phrase, this is not a pronoun, so that word is an adverb of manner. So when adverbs are there like to school, adverb of place, well, adverb of manner, and here I showed you yesterday. So these are adverbs: adverb of place, adverb of adverb of time, adverb of place, and adverb of manner. So adverbs are not objects. That's why go, dances, these verbs are intransitive because they are not having objects. Okay, next is I get up early in the morning. I get up early in the morning, that is I subject, get up is verb, early in the morning, what is this? This is a phrase, and which phrase? Adverb phrase of time, because it is showing time. That cannot be an object. That is not an object because it is showing time, and that time is group of words, so that is adverbial phrase of time. So that get up is your intransitive verb in this sentence. Okay, the next is example number 4. They play in the ground. They play in the ground. They subject, place verb, in the ground is adverb phrase of place because it is showing the place. And one more important thing, when preposition comes and after preposition the word is not an object. In the ground is noun, but it is coming after the preposition, so that is an adverb, and that adverb is adverbial phrase of place because it is showing time. Okay, play, if you take out that play from this sentence, we say that if I ask you play is transitive or intransitive. We cannot say that this verb is transitive or intransitive until it is used in a sentence, because if I say they play, that is intransitive. They play in the ground, intransitive. But if I say they play cricket, then that will be transitive because cricket is the object of this verb. Clear? So alone a separate verb cannot be called transitive or intransitive until we use the verb in a sentence. So in this sentence, plays intransitive, get up intransitive, dances intransitive, go intransitive, and these sentences cannot be changed into passive voice. So they are called intransitive verbs. Okay, dear students, in this lecture it's enough, and inshallah in my next lecture I'll teach you the exercise of page 32 related to transitive and intransitive verbs. Thank you very much. Stay blessed.